This is Unit 19, Human Nutrition and Digestive System by Joshua Evans. Starting with the mouth. Within the mouth, teeth mechanically break down the food. The tongue covers the food with saliva, which then softens and helps break it down. The food is then made into small enough packages to be pushed down into the esophagus by swallowing. The pharynx then receives the food from the mouth and passes it to the esophagus. At this point, the food's journey is no longer conscious input, as it will either be by gravity or muscle reflex that will then be sending the food into your digestive system. Next, the liver and gallbladder. Bile is produced in the liver and is then stored in the gallbladder in a pear-shaped sac, which will then be used to break down food in the digestive system. Here's the stomach. Within the stomach is a muscular coat, which then helps break the food down into smaller pieces as it churns. The stomach at the same time introduces gastric juices, by which point the food will then become a liquid. These gastric juices contain water, hydrochloric acid, minerals, salts, enzymes, and intrinsic factor which will be required to absorb vitamin B. Hydrochloric acid helps digest and destroy bacteria. The chyme is which the food is now cooled in its liquid state, then passes to the small intestines. The small intestines are within 6 to 7 meters long, and the first place when the chyme passes through is called the duodenum. Here the chyme becomes an alkaline. Chyme is then moved via process, mixed with pancreatic and intestinal juices until digestion is completed. When digestion ends, the chyme is absorbed by the villi, and what remains is passed on to the large intestines. The large intestines are 1.5 meters in length and are physically thicker than small intestines. The ascending colon is the first segment of the large intestines, and this is where the chyme or the food will be absorbed via all the vitamins will be absorbed. In this process, the food will then become feces. The large intestines then extract the water from the feces and pass it on to the second and third segments. These segments are called the transverse colon and descending colon. The descending colon stores the feces, and then the final segment of the intestines is called the sigmoid. At this point, it's muscular walls which then help push the stool into the rectum. Rectum and anal canal. The rectum acts as storage for the feces, and anal canal is the final part of the digestive system which the feces will then be excreted from. Moving on to digestion. Mechanical digestion involves mechanically breaking down food into smaller pieces using mechanical force inside the mouth. This enables chemical digestion to be more effective as it opens up more surface area for the chemicals to interact with. Chemical digestion. Digestive enzymes, such as the ones you can see on the screen, degrade the molecular structure of digestive compounds, making them easier to absorb. All carbohydrates, fats, and proteins need to be chemically digested before they can be absorbed into the bloodstream. Here is one of these enzymes. It's called amylase, which is made in the mouth and pancreas. This enzyme breaks down complex carbohydrates. Specifically, it breaks down the glycolic bonds within starch molecules, transforming complex carbons into simple sugars. This is lipase. This one was made in the pancreas, and it breaks down fats specifically. Moving on. The conditions for enzymes as they work better in different conditions. These are determined by the temperature they're in, the pH level, and the concentration of enzymes. First, the temperature. Temperature. If an enzyme exposed to temperature is too hot, it will begin to lose its shape and cease functioning. The same effect if it's cold, it will cease to function. Generally, the best temperature for an enzyme is 37 degrees Celsius, which is the ideal temperature a body is normally in. Next would be the pH level. pH ranges from 6 to 8 in their optimal conditions. If they are exposed outside this range, we tend to slow their activity. If it exceeds a certain level, it will then cease functioning as it will lose its shape. Concentration. Concentration makes enzymes function better, as the more of them you have in a small area, the more of them that can attach themselves to the substrate. As long as there's substrate to attach to, the more concentration, the faster the reaction will be. Otherwise, reach that point, it will then no longer become any faster. Moving on to the different kinds of food groups for our ideal diet. The food groups are as follows, 1 to 5. I'll go into detail on each one of them anyway. So starting off, for the first food group, this is the way to eat a healthy diet here. You need to eat a variety of beans, pulses, fish, egg to get your proteins. Ideally, a person would eat less red meat and try to have 2 portions of fish a week, one of which should be oily fish, such as salmon. The next food group, here, the starch-based foods will make up a third of our food. You'll be looking at high fiber and whole grain varieties of pasta and rice, also breads and potatoes and such. Here's the bit that everyone knows about already. Food group 3, this is all your fruits and vegetables. Everyone knows that you should be consuming 5 fruits and vegetables each day. This can be apples, pineapples, tomatoes, broccoli, cucumber, etc. The list of fruits everyone knows is very extensive. And then there's your dairy products. The ideal thing to do here is to consume the low-fat versions of each. For example, instead of using double cream, using single cream, or a green capped milk carton instead of the full fats. Finally, the smallest factor is oils and spreads. This is pretty easy. While cooking, it's best to probably use less oils, and when it comes to spreads, you should just use less of it. Your meals will still taste the same, but you'll be a much healthier person. Thank you. This has been Unit 19 by Joshua Evans.